Hey Food Slayers, it's Michelle here from FoodSlain.com. So one of my farmer friends just sent me a link to this article. Aleph Farms announced that they and the technical reveal, the Technion, so Aleph Farms and the Technion reveal the world's first cultivated ribeye steak. And this ties into a previous episode in season 4 where I talked about lab-grown meat. So this is actually a 3D bioprinting technology that uses natural building blocks of meat, real cow cells without genetic engineering and immortalization. Very interesting technology. These people are very, very serious about eliminating the meat industry and creating meat products without animals and land use. And though I think the idea is interesting, it's interesting technology, it's fascinating. I mean, Winston Churchill predicted that we'd be able to cultivate chicken without chicken in a lab. And so a lot of these startups, these tech startups are proving that concept. As you can see, this startup behind the first lab-grown pork links, this is sausage links. Let us see how the sausage gets made, and it slashed the cost from $2,500 to $216 in a month, right? So this is also a lab-grown meat company called New Age Meats, and back in September, they let journalists taste the first cell-based pork sausage made in a lab. So, these are moves to, help with climate change, help with, animal cruelty in these CAFOs, to help, the food supply chain be a lot more reliable. Obviously, if you are relying on livestock to, feed people and the food supply chain goes down, we saw what happened in 2020. There was just this big, push to slaughter animals because they'd reached their weight and their lifespan, and there was nowhere to put them. And this is just on the Smithsonian, the first lab-grown chicken nuggets. They've already kind of made their way to the plate as well. So, it's happening, and it is going to start changing the way that we eat. And if you listen to my recent episode on farmland, then you know that these things are all happening kind of in tandem. Big investors, billionaires are investing in this technology. Bill Gates is now the largest landowner in the United States, or farmland owner in the United States. We're trying to combat climate change and greenhouse gas emissions. And it is just really interesting. So I'd be curious to hear what you think about it. It really is a very, very interesting time that we're in right now. And I'm so excited to be doing these episodes. I had another guest of mine who's on the show send me a link to something. The House of Representatives released a report recently, like the other day, talking about, and here it is, you can see it, it's the baby food report, and it says that baby foods are tainted with dangerous levels of arsenic, lead, cadmium, and mercury. And this is from this month, February 2021. It's the Subcommittee on Economic and Consumer Policy Committee on Oversight and Reform, which is fascinating. It says here in the first paragraph in the executive summary, inorganic arsenic, lead, cadmium, and mercury are toxic heavy metals. The Food and Drug Administration and the World Health Organization have declared them dangerous to human health, particularly to babies and children who are most vulnerable to their neurotoxic effects. Even low levels of exposure can cause serious and often reversible damage to brain development. So on November 6, 2019, the following reports alleging high levels of toxic heavy metals in baby foods. The Subcommittee on Economic and Consumer Policy requested internal documents and test results from 7 of the largest manufacturers of baby food in the United States, including both makers of organic and conventional products. This is so compelling. And they name the companies. So they name Nurture Inc., which sells Happy Family Organics, Beech Nut Nutrition Company, the Hain Celestial Group Inc., Gerber, Campbell Soup Company, Walmart, and Sprouts Foods Inc. And 4 of the companies, Nurture, Beechnut, Hain, and Gerber, responded to the subcommittee's request. They produced their internal testing policies, test results for ingredients and/or finished products, and documentation about what the companies did with the ingredient and/or finished products that exceeded their internal testing limits. So I'm going to be doing an episode this season on tainted baby food. So stay tuned for that, because this report is damning. It illustrates how vulnerable our food supply chain is, how it's impacting all of us. And you know, I'm doing this video. I started with the meat, the lab-grown meat, because this week we're talking to a meat CSA farmer by the name of Nathan Moomaw. He is running Moomaw Farms in Oregon, and he's doing an incredible job. There are a lot of people. He's got a waiting list of over 100 people, and he is going to be on the show on Friday. So I'm really excited to have him on the show. So make sure to tune in this Friday and check that episode out, because it's really fascinating how small producers are really doing well, actually, in light of all this stuff. But I think that they are definitely under threat with these new technologies kind of emerging, and farmland being really hard to access for new farmers and ranchers and producers. And I also posted a video this week that was an interview on Valuetainment. I'm going to include the link in the description, but it was talking to a rancher in Texas about these meat, or specifically in the beef industry, the monopolies that are going on, and how that's really hurting a lot of ranchers like him. His name is Shad Sullivan, I believe, and so make sure to check that out too. So thanks for watching this video. Subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Remember to share this link with a friend. Stay informed. Sign up for my newsletter on FoodSlain.com so that you get exclusive podcast updates, so you know when these episodes are coming out. And I appreciate your listening support. Thank you to all my patrons. And until the next time, folks, remember to eat clean, eat healthy, love your food, and I'll see you on the other side of the plate. Ciao.